Now, we have been joined by Danish Ghazi, geopolitical analyst from Dubai, UAE, to discuss the tensions in the Strait of Hormuz and Pakistan's diplomatic efforts for de-escalation. We welcome you to Pakistan TV, and I would like to dive right in. Are Washington and Tehran genuinely moving towards a peace settlement, or are there increasingly expansive demands on both sides, making a diplomatic breakthrough more distant?
Thank you so much for taking me on the line. See, in my opinion, I would like to be a bit cautious when I'm looking at this peace negotiations which is going on, though it's commendable how Pakistan has made those efforts. But I think both parties at this point in time are trying to wear out each other. Iranians know that there is an American elections coming up, and I think Americans are trying to put economic pressures down on Iran. At the same time, I have a fear that both are rebuilding for the next conflict. So I would be a bit cautious to see that if this negotiations drag on for more than when it should be, then I would see that there could be a grouping at both sides, and there could be a fresh approach to create a new instability in the region. I would suggest to the mediators, especially the Pakistan government, that we should force both Americans, also Iranians, and to kind of come on the table and close this as much as possible. At the same time, what we are seeing is yesterday we saw these new appointments happening in Iran. It looks like that they are trying to organize the ranks and files. And what I think it's a little incumbent more in Iran right now to kind of get on the peace table and kind of close this up as soon as possible. I don't see that urgency right now, unfortunately, on the Iran side, which is giving me a little unsettling comfort that this may not be seeing its end anytime soon.
Now, how realistic are the demands from both the U.S. and Iran with regards to compensation, and will they help in a genuine resolution of the Strait of Hormuz issue?
Well, compensation, I think US is sitting on $300 billion worth of assets for Iran right now, anyways, right? And of course, asking Iran in these conditions to recompensate the Americans and the losses they have created in GCC in various countries to the economies, I think it's, in my opinion, is kind of a non-starter. I don't see that that kind of money will kind of flow in at any point in time. But at the time of Strait of Hormuz, I think what one factor which is coming in, which I think both parties are trying to play in, is that the oil prices are going up, started to pick up again. And this is definitely creating an impact on the global economy. As you know, that winters are coming, oil prices needs to be controlled, right, before it becomes very expensive. So at the same time, I think Iranians are seeing all that. At any point in time,
Now, as Iran has been saying that it is close to a deal with Oman on the Strait of Hormuz, do you think that any agreement between the two countries will be acceptable to all stakeholders?
well, I think that is what Iran is aspiring to do. But as I understand GCC, Oman will not go out of the way to upset other GCC partners, in my opinion. I'm sure Oman, as we speak, is trying to convince Iran to kind of find a way of a formula which do not upset the neighbors as well as do not upset the international status. Now, yes, it's agreeable that Iran and Oman share a very close proximity in the Strait of Hormuz. But at the same time, I would feel that Oman is kind of not agreeing to certain terms because I think the way Iranians are trying to find this deal or trying to get Oman on the side may upset certain other GCC countries and neighbors, which I don't think Oman would like to be in a position of at this point in time.
Right. Now, finally, is Germany's call for negotiations evidence that European powers are increasingly concerned that the U.S.-Iran conflict could become a prolonged regional confrontation?
Very true. See, Europe is now seeing the brunt of it with the Russian-Ukraine conflict going on at the same time, where Russian oil supply to Europe has been affected. And like I was earlier saying, that winters are coming, and a lot of these countries need oil, heating oil especially, to keep the temperatures in control. I think this is where from where the European German Chancellor is coming out and saying that to kind of find a solution to the problem. Till now, we have seen Germany has taken a very safe position and neutral position in all this conflict. And I think he's voicing what the other European leaders are trying to say right now. But at the same time, what is unfortunate is that Europe has not taken an aggressive or a more active role in mediating this, and have not seen very much involved in this, whilst helping countries, especially like Pakistan, who is mediating at this point in time, whilst they, I think, will be the biggest impact of this whole thing. Now, lastly, uh, as you would know that when the war began, the European countries started releasing their strategic reserves, and they are releasing it to stabilize the oil prices, like the Americans have done it. But you know that all these reserves are finite, and I think those reserves are now reaching a certain point where the oil prices may not be able to bounce, may would bounce higher now, and that is what I think they are trying to voice and trying to find that before that trigger happens, there should be some solution so that those kind of economical impacts start not impacting the European markets.
Right. Thank you so much for giving your time to Pakistan TV. That was Danish Ghazi joining us.